How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to BIOMUTANT. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Encode your DNA.
His head's real fucking disproportionate. Merkle is the idealized breed. Its evolutionary lineage, or form, and appearance dominated over function. Pip breed is renowned for a highly evolved mind. Its gene directly interlinked to the power of ki amplifies their psionic output. Hylas regenerative develop anthropomorphic hybrid with a gain mutation, making them extremely tough and resilient. Rex is an extraordinary developed anthropomorphic breed, hybrid outcast with an even DNA, making it apt for both physical and mental challenges. Dumden is the least developed anthropomorphic breed, hybrid offshoot that compensate the lack of mental prowess with physical strength. Primal is a nimble developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid with a gene mutation making nimble and dexterous, cost of lesser developed intellect. Should I choose? Ugly one.
Define your genetic structure.
Oh wow, okay. Babe. It can be a rabbit. What do I want? The better that to have. Keep them in the center. It's just well balanced. I'm sure we can play. Keep them.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Oh, where's it? Okay. I don't know what kind of things I'm going to come into them on.
Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick your main color.
That is bold.
Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Deadeye. Commando.
Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who's chosen life outside the law and society values. Commando is trained as an operative of an elite special operations force. Those are used to work in smaller teams. Spy freaks are experimenting with bionic powers and mutations on society. Saboteur is a cunning, skilled explorer trying to operate covertly in both suburbs and wilderness. Sentinels dedicate themselves to protect a house. Their dedication is to the organization as a whole, including supreme belief. Ace armor is by 10. Melee dual wield skill. 2 different one melee weapons, dual wield damage, dodge energy. Arc ball, press down the input. You have bound the ability to will make you throw the ball in the direction you're facing. High energy 20. Range weapon attacks inflict 10%.
Deadeye. Commando.
Ranged weapon
Psyfreak.
or reload
Saboteur.
instant.
Sentinel.
Next magazine.
Saboteur.
Oh.
Psyfreak. Commando. Deadeye. Commando. Psyfreak. Saboteur.
Saboteur sounds good. What do we
Psyfreak.
want? I freak or
Saboteur.
saboteur?
Commando.
What do you think, chat?
Psyfreak. Saboteur.
Should we choose?
Psyfreak. Saboteur. Saboteur. Psyfreak. Saboteur. Saboteur chosen. Sounds good.
Saboteur?
Here's somebody with a troubled past. drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Power or color me light. Kind of like
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same, with the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
no.
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
That's what I saw in the
Run
intro.
for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
Weapon special. Health does not regenerate in combat. You have to. Okay.
It's in your grasp. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment, changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Oh, that's sludge. Okay, I should have paid attention. Bad. Found out.
The oil sludges everywhere. For most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Chop it up. Make that one dead. Blasting him to bits.
He can do. Just a second. Very much. Go with the melee attacks. Defeating enemies and completing quests will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your skills by 10. You'll also get 1 point to unlock skills in Wong Fu and Perks menu. Go to the menu, press tab. Don't upgrade points when leveling up. These require new special attacks and perks. Time to unlock special. Alt. Now perform your special attack when you have the correct weapon type equipped when unlock attacks available. And then Super Wong. Point. Action. That's part of the body that can now go prop for favorites.
emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Tell me how to...
Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Logs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Someone locked it solid. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Slice and dice. Got that one down. Shut. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Why can't they just have him speak English to me? By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC to the next automatically if you want to manually advance the dialogue. Oh, and the long ago. Okay. Supposed to be like Elvis or some shit.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them,
people.
the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to
Think I
become
get
one
voice actors
with
for
the
these
tree.
people? That's all I got.
Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
Keep going down the dark path, or...
That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West
Jumbo
Route.
Puff.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Puff.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
He fucking pisses on it. Signposts are found near locations of it all around the world. Most wonder that you can fast travel to a signpost by selecting it. Open the map at any time, press M. Okay. Literally just pees on it. Oh, okay.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. It's a bridge. Just get over it.
Take fall damage. We don't. Cool.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that.
That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Sub, Zach.
Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes
choose
the
Jagni
tribe
or
Seafoots, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
I need 30 of each, actually. Okay.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
I guess the tunnel. I want to go to the Myriad trip.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. Now that's a flesh wound.
You guys fighting me too?
Neutralized. steel.
Weird.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Well, that's right, I leveled up.
Pump you up.
Strength up.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
If I run all the way the other way, will I come into another fight to get more experience? So I really just want to level up more. Aha, there it is.
Slash and dash.
Okay, because I didn't hit them this time.
Right between the eyes. Right in the face.
Yeah, see, give me that experience. That's all I wanted. Back to the other guys. Thank you. And I need to practice anyway. Button controls. Don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Cautions you that the Sifu may be a little impatient today, as bad news has just come in from the front line.
I murdered 6 of your people. My bad. What are the experience?
Sibi? Lapvanen aginkanman. Keratna fal hutut mustugai lavute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow.
Oh, I should have read that.
Hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he... Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rival's outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way.
Son autre élève, mais là,
Says you should quit dancing around and just help bring the world to ruin with them.
aigu tout le moitié. Aigu alors.
Didn't...
No.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Got her. You're fading.
Oh. I gotta learn to dodge more.
A perfect fit. That might come in handy. Look at those muscles. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wung Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored.
Think you'll swim, motherfucker.
He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? Wait, but you need practice. Look, judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication. You should know. Practice. She'll see you at the village square. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are real. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the
Gonna let me do anything? Can I look something? Anything? Please? Pretty please? Oh? ride.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't. You've all... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He's not scared of anything, least of all you.
Wanna make a bet? I'll fuck you guys up.
There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, the most important thing is that you... It's time to focus on your... Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He wishes that was true for your Muma too, but guiding the... He suggests... He's curious to see what you've found. He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into... He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you. Start... The style must... You should take it with you.
Siellä.
Antoro.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Asil natu.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Aplitonumuta.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
Amun.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Masamal.
That's all she's ever asked of you.
Inyavaldo.
Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz.
Anora kapapom.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. Catchy.
Kialdo male ganoro tono.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Ben nampusa.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Inadabsunka.
Says it's not a record keeper, more like a companion.
Orasa durut.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Masamal.
Everything ends, both good and bad. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
What a dick.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A bird
think
kidling will learn
That's
to
all we
dread
got.
fire.
Oh, I can't save the game. Okay, we're gonna this next save point. We're gonna call it a day.
That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Kanyala notoro.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Sana yote.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow.
My bad. I'm fucking everything up. Not paying attention. Restart.
Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you.
Who the fuck was on the boat dock? Go save her ass.
The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
And that is all we have for today. You guys have a good day. I will be on later. Peace.